Good morning, my friends. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. Back today with Margarete Miller Challenge or Collage Assignment Week 16. We are, I feel, rocketing through these. The year is just passing us by. So I'm going to chop down my little prompt list here, which reminds me that I need to leave space in my composition for it, which I always seem to forget. So if I chop this down first, maybe I'll actually remember. I did remember last week though, didn't I? So, okay, so today we have a playing card either side, cursive writing, an image with 2 shades of green, something representing aviation, a piece of a restaurant menu, and then the bonus is a star. So I had fun putting together the story for this one, and I hope you enjoy it too. So going to start with the aviation bit. Got this wonderful piece out of an encyclopedia dictionary. It is such a thing according to Reader's Digest, but it's got all these wonderful planes on it. So that's something aviation. Where to next? Okay, I have a playing card here. It's an M&M one, but I need to treat it a little bit. I think it's too shiny and new looking for my story that's going on. So we'll deal with that. We've got this image of cabbages out of a children's book, or children's magazine actually. That's our 2 shades of green. I printed off a menu from a restaurant that's in the local city in Christchurch. It's a cheap and cheerful, I guess, restaurant. The menus aren't flash, they're just kind of stock standard fare, and I thought that this is the children's menu. So that, a star, I've got stickers for the star. And the cursive writing, I plan on actually doing the writing as part of the story. So I need to lay out my bits so that I know where I am writing. So let's just cut down this menu here. Oh, had trouble lining it up. It's like scissors need to make contact with the paper to effectively cut the paper. So yeah, I hope you had a great week in the week past. Mine's been a bit up and down, I guess. But we are getting through it. We are getting through the weeks, aren't we? I've just felt it a wee bit stressy this week. If I'm, yeah, wee bit stressy over different things, bits and pieces. Okay, so maybe the menu there, or maybe up further. I don't want this bit of a red box here, so maybe I'll just loosely kind of trim around here without fussy cutting. Normally I'd fussy cut, as you're probably aware, but I just don't know if I'm in that kind of mood today, actually. Not for this purpose anyway. I think that fits really nicely, although I want to straighten this up a little bit. It's a little bit wonky, thanks to my rough cutting out when I cut it out from the magazine. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. I like that. Maybe we could have the cabbages as our little tuck spot, maybe, or maybe the card. Let's see. So I want to kind of distress this up a little bit. Make it all kind of look like it's been used. It looks way too new and shiny and white and like it's never seen a game of cards in its life. And that's not what I want. So just giving it some sort of creased life. Then I'm going to attack it with, maybe I want to attack it with my emery board here. Don't really want to do it over top of that. So let's grab out a glue page and do it over top of that so it catches any sort of grits. Sorry if this noise is annoying. Let's kind of give it some scratches. So I'm going to use this side, so I'm not worried about the other side. I picked up this pack of M&M cards at an op shop, and it was a complete set, which was cool, and a complete set that's basically never been used. Maybe we'll take a little corner off just to kind of really make it distressed. Maybe a little tear, kind of like that. Okay, now let's go in with the ink, and some on the front as well, like it's been through dozens and dozens of grubby little hands, particularly little boys' hands. Not saying that only boys are grubby, because girls can get grubby as well, you know, making mud pies and all those sorts of things. But in my story, we are going to talk about a little boy, a young boy, school-age boy. And so that looks like a much more used card now, doesn't it? Maybe we'll just give that a little crease down, kind of make that tear a little bit more obvious. Okay, good luck playing with that card. It wouldn't make it very easy to shuffle, would it now? Okay, so kind of maybe we want to tuck the card in here and use the card. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I've got this space here where I want to do the writing, and I'm just checking because I've got the fabric and things on the back side from last week's collage, just checking out the texture that it's actually going to be okay to write on. I think we should be okay. It's a little lumpy, but not super bad. Okay, I think I'm going to write with pencil. So let's go over, well, actually I'll do the story as I write it, because that's basically the story. So this is a school report for a young school-aged boy. Let's say he's around 8, 9-ish, give or take. Not too important, but primary age school child, school boy. And this is his school report on a school outing that they had the previous day. So he's going to write, via my hand, write his report about the school trip. I don't like my writing, so it's probably quite accurate for an 8 or 9-year-old boy. So we're going to go yesterday, and I'm trying to even amp up the messiness. We went to the plane museum. Sorry about the slow speaking, but I'm just relating the story as I write it. And I'm using language that I would imagine an 8 or 9-year-old might use. It was real fun. Finn, I'm making up characters here. Finn and I got to climb inside one. Mrs. S, who I imagine is the teacher, Mrs. S wasn't looking. So when the teacher reads this, she's going to know. We didn't get caught. I'll just write as much as what I can fit in the gap. Afterwards, we had lunch at Denny's, which is the menu that I've got here. On the bus going home, Finn, Tommy, and I played cards. But I lost every game. Boo. It's a very kid thing to say, don't you think? Boo. Tommy gave me M&M's though. Tie in the fact that it's an M&M card. And then kids typically will end, it's quite funny, I have noticed, they'll end everything they write with the end. So I'm going to put the end. So that is the story. So let's glue some stuff down and then I'll kind of go over the story in entirety just to make sure everything kind of ties in and makes sense. Now, oh darn, I did run out of room to explain the cabbages. Can I just talk about them and work them in? I had planned to write about them in his little essay, his school report. Let me think about that for a moment. So just glue this down. It's either that or grab out a different image that perhaps supports the story. I'm still going to... okay. I'm dithering, people. Can you tell I am dithering? Because I completely forgot. Because I didn't write it. I wrote out a little story there, so I didn't have to remember what I was going to write. But then the cabbages were an afterthought, and I didn't add it to my story, so I just completely forgot to add it into the wee story, to the writing. What am I going to do, people? Unless I change my composition. So I'm going to put the menu right at the bottom. I'm going to add to my story. Actually, it's a good thing I wrote it in pencil. I can actually just rub out that end. I was going to like add a postscript, but I thought a little boy is not going to put PS on his writing, is he? No, I don't think so. So I'm so glad I used pencil. Mum cooked cabbage for dinner. Yuck. That end. Now we can put that end, and we've got the cabbage in there. So crisis averted. My goodness. So let's let's trim this down a bit more. And replay with composition. Does it matter if the cabbages are growing out from the side of the page? I don't think it really matters, does it? Because it kind of, in fact, I'll put that there. I think I'll trim off this end cabbage. that can go in my stash. I might need another cabbage sometime along the way, because I don't want to cover over all these cool illustrations of the planes. Yes, let's do that. Sideways cabbages. You know, they do grow veggies in those wall planter things. They hang them on the wall, and the veggies grow out from them. So I don't think it's too fantastical to have put the cabbages sideways. So, whoops, glue falling over. So put our cabbages there, and then our card on as a pocket. Just going to put a bit around where I did that split, just so the prompt list doesn't get caught up as we're putting it in and out. I think I'd like to have the name Denny's there. Okay, let's hold that down for a moment. And we've still got the star to go. And I'm going to add an extra little touch that's not in the prompt when I find, sorry about the reach, a red pen. I honestly don't know where my red pen's gone. Should be in my pen holder, but it hasn't been there for some time. Oops, I might have put a bit much glue in places, but that's okay, it goes in. Okay, so I have this sheet of fun fluoro orange stickers. It's from an old Paper Lovers book, Flow for Paper Lovers. And I can't find my like gold sticker sheets, this stars. I've got such a mess around me, and I'm in the process of sorting, so it's obviously caught up amongst something, because I'm sure it was on my desk like last week. But anyway, we'll go with one of these because they're nice and bright and bold. So we've got, in the story, we've got Finn and we've got Tommy. And what are we going to name our boy here? Adam. Let's call him Adam. So I'm going to pop a star on somewhere. Maybe down here. And now I'm going to try and write neatly like a teacher would write. So we're going to give it maybe a B. I won't go so generous as giving an A. We'll give a B. Nice work, Adam. There we go. So that's the wee note from the teacher, given a grade of B and a star. So we've got all our prompts: playing card, cursive writing, image with 2 shades of green, aviation, restaurant menu, and a star. So I'm not going to add any more than 1 star, because a teacher wouldn't add any more than 1 star, I don't think. So probably quite good to use these because they're bigger than the little gold stars that a teacher might use. Okay, so our story. Little boy went with his class on a school trip to Wigram Air Force Museum. It's actually a museum that's in Christchurch, the local city. It's free entry, so it's quite common for school trips to go there. I went there when I was in primary school. It's the only time I've been there to visit the museum, actually. It is free. There's a whole lot of planes inside. It's really cool. So he had the school trip, and then they also, lucky kids, got to go out for lunch. I never did that. At most we had a picnic. So they went to Denny's and had a meal there because, like I said, it's cheap meals. So the school did that. And they played cards on the bus on the way home, and he had cabbage for dinner. So he incorporated those things in his school report with his little story about the day, and that is Margarete Miller, week 16, done. Isn't that fun? I think it's fun. I really enjoyed putting together the story because when I first saw the prompts, I was like, aviation, restaurant menu, how's that work? A playing card? But I think I'm really happy with how it came together. I think the story actually makes sense and kind of reminds me of my own childhood in many ways. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little collage. Have a great weekend, my friends. Take care. There is another short little video tomorrow on Junk Journal Fundamentals on making faux washi. So if you want to catch that, it just went a tad over the 15 minutes, just ever so slightly. But I'm sure you'll forgive me. I hope. Okay, guys, that's it. I will leave you now to your weekend. See you on Monday. Bye.